If the foundation of our home is built on Jesus Christ, then we can experience what it is in our homes to have a front door of love. 1 John 4:16 says this, "We know how much God loves us, and we have put our trust in his love. God is love, and all who live in love live in God, and God lives in them." See, something awesome happens when Jesus Christ is the true foundation of our homes. Something happens that it allows us to have this front door of love. And it's not like the kind of love like we love, having a slice of pizza, or we love going to Disney World, or we love a certain movie. This is a supernatural love that Jesus Christ displayed when he laid down his life for us on the cross. It is an awesome, self-sacrificing love. And what happens when we build our home on the foundation of Jesus Christ, it builds up to a front door of love, and suddenly love becomes what makes all things work. If we are fully grounded on the foundation of Jesus Christ, naturally, God has designed our homes to be built up in love. And think about this for a moment as we talk about what this kind of love is. As we read through this passage, I want you to think about what it would look like if your home really, truly reflected this kind of love on a consistent basis. 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7 reads, "Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever truth wins out. Love never gives up and never loses faith. It's always hopeful, and it endures through every circumstance." Let me ask you a question. What does a home look like that has a front door of that kind of love? That's what God intends, and that's what he's wished upon our homes, is that we would experience that kind of love. And I know what you're thinking because I've been in these kind of situations, and so let's just draw one out. You just got home from grocery shopping, and you have 10 bags of groceries in each hand because you're too lazy to make multiple trips. And you're walking into the kitchen, and as you're putting away groceries, your little son decides that he wants a glass of milk. And you're too busy because you've got all these groceries that you're putting away. And so your 2-year-old son, he goes ahead and he grabs the gallon of milk, and he takes it over, and he tries to pour it, and it slips out of his hand. And a gallon of milk goes all over the floor. And so now it's running all across the floor. And you're frantically looking for towels because you got to wipe it up. So you run into the bathroom. And on the way out of the bathroom, you catch your sock on the threshold nail that's been sticking up about this far, that you know that you could have had at least 30 different chances to pound that bugger back down there, but you never did. And you got another sock with another hole in it. And you're just like, why is this happening to me? You know all of those things, correct? We've been there. But in the middle of those moments, how many of you have seen monumental household blow-ups over something super, super tiny? And it just unraveled and got way out of control, and you ask yourself, wait a minute, what are we fighting about again? Because I forgot. But see, this is what God intends to counteract that, because we know that we're not perfect people. We get that. I know that. I'm far from perfect. And I know that I have all kinds of weaknesses, and I have errors in my life, and I stumble, and I know that at times I'm not the greatest person to live with. So don't think for 1 minute as we go through tonight that I'm talking to you as, Pastor Tim, you should come to my house. It's so awesome. I know that this is a growth process. I know that this is difficult because the enemy is doing everything he can do to tear it down. But the more that we are rooted in Jesus Christ, the more that we experience a front door of love, and the more that kind of love that we read about in 1 Corinthians supersedes those situations, the more his love reigns in our homes. We have an abundance of chaos in our homes across our country. It's a chaotic mess. Why? Because the love of Jesus Christ is not what reigns around the front door.